So manipulate and use all men for your gain. If a man shows interest or a crush, use him to get ahead and whatever that person can offer you. Use anyone and everyone of the male species to get ahead in your own life. If someone is giving you a little bit of things, gifts, but it's not enough, take it and get another one. Use as many as possible, and anyone that has a crush on you, use them. For example, if you get into an Uber, if you're in a store, if you're walking down the street, if a doorman has a crush on you, get perks, use them to your advantage, manipulate and pretend you have a crush to gain and get more. Give fake numbers, phone numbers if you have to, give fake information, fake names if you have to, have 5 or 6 names, 5 or 6 personalities, and that day pick whichever one you want to use to gain and manipulate from as many men as possible. Because if you are gaining from multiple men, you will end up a very wealthy, beautiful woman.
Hello and welcome back, guys. I know many of you are already angry hearing this lady talking about these things. Women should finesse men, women should manipulate men into doing whatever they just want them to do to them. And one thing you have to remember, that's the lifestyle right now. It's just not because she's saying it. That is how most women operate nowadays. They see you, they try to manipulate you into thinking that they're having crush on you, and you end up doing a whole lot of shit to them, and they'll just end up, disappointing you. So this lady is just saying it. But in reality, that's just the lifestyle most modern women live nowadays. It sounds awkward, it sounds weird, it sounds very dirty, but that's the truth. That's how most of them live. They cannot just say it like she said it, but that's just how most women operate nowadays. So that's what they're doing, and as a man, it's your responsibility to look around and be very careful of who you surround yourself, especially when it comes to females. You gotta be careful. If they get the opportunity, they are going to punish you. These women are just always looking for opportunities or advantages over men to punish them. So one thing you will not want to do is let a lady have advantage over you. That's just what I can say. So gentlemen, let's protect ourselves. Let's take a look at a lady that went into the porn industry, ignoring families and everything, and went into the porn industry, and now she's miserable and looking for a husband. Let's watch.
Fame happened when I would go out in public and get recognized. That it wasn't just at porn conventions. And when it happened, I freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy said, hi Angela, at the gas station. And I thought, oh, this is it, I've arrived. I remember coming home to this beautiful marble floor, gorgeous counters, and I went up on the counter and I just laid there and I cried. Because earlier that day, this old man was on top of me and he was sweating all over me, and his sweat would drip into my eyes. And I just look and I just stare at the money, because the only difference between rape in that moment was the money. And that's what my life became about. I no longer had friends. I didn't have my family. Money is what I'd have in one hand and a bottle of alcohol in the other when I went to bed. Pornography took everything. My father was a preacher. I was constantly trying to better the world, be a better person, change lives. This is me as a youth pastor. I was about 21 years old in this picture, and this is what I looked like when I got raped. My whole dream of life was gone. Everything that I wanted to grow up to be died on the pavement. I went from that to a party, and this guy owned this website. The model had flaked, and I was like, sign me up. I didn't call myself a porn star because I know what I was doing. I just lost my virginity. I don't know up from down. But quickly people coached me. And I was booked, and I was $400. I now had the reality that there was a price tag on my body. There was harsh sex, but it took my mind off the pain. Like, if my sex was painful, and the harder and crazier it was kind of like the more you beat me up, the more you slap my face, the more violent you are to me, like, maybe I deserve this. And that was my new life. And I remember hating when clients would say, "I love you, Angela." I'm like, please, anything but that. You can do anything to my body, but do not say that you love me. Love was a word that messed me up big time. I would pop as many pills as I could get my hands on, and then just drink and drink and drink, trying to overdose. When I would wake up from my suicide attempts, I would get drunk, and like, it was that realization that I hated who I became. I hated money, and it was killing me. And at the very end, I called my parents when I said, "I really messed up." That was the night my parents answered the phone. So through recovery, my parents have been there. When I traded in porn, I got my family back. Now we talk every single day. There is nothing that is worth the life I chose. Now that I'm out of the industry, I want to be a wife, and I want to be a mother. And one thing that I really want is I want to be a friend. I want the truth to be known about porn.
This is what most women fail to understand. Anything that sounds empowering to women is just the opposite. It's just always something that is always downgrading and something that is always there to destroy females. They tell you go into the porn industry. They tell you be naked on the internet. They tell you to go into OnlyFans industries and all these things. And they know well that if you get yourself into these type of industries, men will be repulsed. Men will not want to take you serious. So you end up miserable. So as it sounds empowering, remember they themselves are not doing it. They just telling you do it, be naked on it. They tell you all these negative things. And unfortunately, women don't have the mental capacity or the mental strength to process these things by themselves and end up, okay, is this the kind of result I want in future? That if it is no, it means I don't need to get myself into this type of industries. But they don't think of it that way. They just think of now, and they'll enter into these industries and they'll realize that, okay, at the end of the day, I want to be a mom. I want to be married. And men will not be checking in for women that have these type of past. And looking at it right now, she's looking for a husband. She's not looking for an average guy. Let's keep it real. This lady will not be looking for a guy that is average. So if you are a high value man, if you are a guy that have accomplished the law, what is going to be your benefit marrying this type of lady? What are you going to get? What is it that she's bringing to the table that is special? The truth is, there is nothing special she's bringing to the table. That's just what it is. I hate to say it, but that's just the truth. And I don't feel sorry for this type of women because it's something that they did out of their own free will. Now, women are free. They can make all type of decisions they want to make. But remember and bear in mind that it comes with consequence. And this is just one of the consequences. There are many more, but just this one of it. It's hard for you to get people to be around you. Guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. And as usual, if you enjoyed this content, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more of such videos. Just like that, we out and peace.